Guys, welcome back. Full time Reds on this Monday afternoon. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. Very much appreciated. Lots to cover in today's show. So if you've not subscribed, if you've not got involved, please do so. We're a growing Manchester United community. That's not about clickbait, that's about sharing honest opinions, what we see, how we see it, rather than over exaggerating and over dramatizing everything. Just honest, level-headed opinions about Manchester United. So yeah, please do get involved. Follow, subscribe, whatever you're watching. Very much appreciate. And this morning, obviously, you've seen the news that Scott McTominay is on the move. I think this is quite interesting because the clubs he's linked with, Fulham, he's linked with Napoli, he's linked with Crystal Palace, and I think there's one other one which I've forgotten. And the reason you're starting to see these links come out, in my opinion, is because most of these teams lost on the weekend. And if they lose again this following weekend, most of these bottom half teams, bar Napoli, will hit panic stations. And I just don't understand why if they wanted him, they could have had him sooner at a price that probably could have got him about 5 million cheaper. United are holding up for 30 in total, so that to me says they want 25 million plus 5 in add-ons, which I understand. He's a player that I feel we should not be relying on. I've said it in many videos in the past as well, that we should not be in a situation where we should be throwing on Scott McTominay to get us a goal. We should be developing and moving forward as a team where we've got other players should be chipping in for goals, and it should never get to a stage where we need to throw Scott McTominay on. It reminds me very familiar of Fellaini. And I think Scott's a really good player for his level, and I think any of them teams he would do really well in. 25 million. I expect him to leave. I expect him to be gone. I don't expect him to stay, whether it's this week or next week. Whoever gets him will be getting a really good player. But these teams like Palace and others, I wonder what do they do all summer? They sit there for bargains, then they start the season, and what they lose a game, two games, and it's full panic stations, and then you know you could have had it done, you could have had it embedded in, but he looks like he's off, and it's going to go through. Another interesting one that broke this morning news I saw was Christian Eriksen to Ajax. I just don't see how Christian Eriksen fits into this team anywhere, or how much game time he's going to get really. Um, Mount's ahead of him, Casemiro's ahead of him, Mainu's ahead of him as well. And if United are looking into bring two midfielders, I just don't see he's going to get any game time whatsoever. It's a good move. He goes back to Ajax. Um, wish him all the best. Another one that looks like on the move is Medjugorje. I think Rangers are still after him. I'm looking at my notes here. I've got Scott McTominay, Eriksen, Medjugorje, Lindelof, Pellistri, Sancho. That's one, two, three, four. That's six outs that if we could get rid of all of them six, we've had a really, really good window, because a lot of these players, we just don't know what to do with them. They've been here that long. Pelestri's been here God knows how many years. Hannibal Mejbri's been here so long. We did the same with Van der Beek, Greenwood. We were just loaning players out, not knowing any idea what we're going to do with them, and hoping that they come into form and we get more from them the following season. And we saw that with Martial. But if we could get rid of this batch of player, it really sets us up for just bringing a fresh blood, more youngsters through who we can give game time to and build a better path. Because Pellistri, he's been here that long. He can't keep going on loan to a club and then comes back. He played right back in the Community Shield, then he's not in the squad. I just feel it's too imbalanced and he needs to go. We've got too many right wingers as it is. Realistically, in my opinion, Scott McTominay, Eriksen, Mejbri, Lindelof, Pellistri are that could go. The bonus ones would be Sancho, and Casemiro is somebody I don't think we should be selling based on what I've seen of him this season in the Community Shield. He looks up for it. He looks on form. If we can just bring in somebody that he can rotate with, like Ugarte, verge, I think it is another one we could add in. That gives us flexibility and keeps him fresh. But otherwise, from our point of view, we should be looking to add in two midfielders out of the three that I've mentioned in the past, which was Ugarte, Rabiot, Verge. And now that we should be looking to get rid of midfield wise Scott McTominay, Eriksen, Hannibal Mejbri, and Pellistri. them are the ones that should go out, and that should give us a nice foundation to start the season off on. Ilkay Gundogan is on the market, who I think is a very good player as well, but I don't think he'll be coming to Manchester United the way we are structuring. And as for fans, one thing to appreciate in a situation like this, I was watching Chelsea versus City yesterday, and look how Chelsea are being run. I know a lot of fans were not very happy with Ratcliffe, but look what he's done compared to what Clay Lake have done at Chelsea. It's a disaster. The amount of players they've got, the amount of players on high wages, they can't get rid of, and they keep adding players in. And I saw a tweet today where it was saying that it looks like Chelsea have just become a vehicle of just selling players. They're not interested in winning because, to be honest, they had a good 11 bar the striker. And I felt they could have put Neto on and put Nkuku up front and move Palmer to 10. But they've just got so many players. That's going to take some time. And as United, we should appreciate the people that have come in to make decisions on transfers and the direction the club has been going in. And it's all positive at the moment, but we would finish on a really good window. Guys, also, if you could, if anybody's watching, please let me know in the comments where you're watching from. How we can improve the shows, what we can do differently would be really appreciated. I'm trying to do more regular shows to do more, get involved. But what I don't want to be doing is building a channel based on clickbait or just stories just for the sake of it. I want to add some value and just have good conversation around Manchester United, and level-headed conversation rather dramatizing and being over dramatic with everything else. I'll be back with a match preview and if any other news breaks this week. So please do subscribe, get involved. Thank you.